Hey, what's up? I got a question for you. When does a bird sing? I know why the caged bird sings, ah me, when his wing is bruised and his bosom is sore, when he beats his bars and would be free. It is not a carol of joy or glee, but a prayer that he sends from his heart's deep core, but a plea that upward to heaven he flings. I know why the caged bird sings. Paul Lawrence Dunbar. A bird sings when it is caged in hopes of being freed. Powerful stuff there. What do you think about that? What's up? How's everybody doing today? I trust your Tuesday night is going well. We don't have too much to get into, so I'm just going to touch on these portraits of Obama and Michelle. I'm going to touch on some Q posts, the recent ones. And we're going to go over, let's see, a little bit of North Korea stuff, little weird stuff going on there. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We'll get into her a little bit too, just touch on it. We're going to try to make this one a little shorter than yesterday. Yesterday's was too long. I apologize. I just had so much information to get out. And I don't know, I was just excited about it. So I made a long video. So sue me. No, don't sue me. Okay. Let's get into the Q posts, right? Okay, so this is from yesterday evening, like around 9. Okay, so 7:48. Operation Merlin Tech. Iran, North Korea. Iran deal funding in quotations. Iran, North Korea, T-cells, payoffs. North Korea, nuclear, mini SUC, ICBM SUC. War engine, protection, Q. So we come down here. I hear Hanoi is educational. And I believe that that is Ginsburg, Ruth Ginsburg. We'll keep going. We'll get more into her, trust me. Okay, 7:50. Think image drop. Think original post. Think united. When does a bird sing? When it's freaking caged. Everything has meaning. In brackets, I. Q. And 7:51 is secure test. Q. Okay, so I needed a little help because I had work today, obviously. So I was trying to figure out what SUC means. I basically typed in ICBM, what is ICBM SUC? And then it looks like already someone has decoded this from the subreddit. So this is Calm Before the Storm subreddit, so I'll just give it to you. So Q740, 748. Operation Merlin provided nuclear and missile technology to Iran and North Korea. Funding was provided by the Iran deal. This resulted in North Korea's miniaturization of nuclear warheads and the success of its ICBM program. It also funded terrorist cells. Tech equals technology. Obviously, the beneficiaries were Iran and North Korea. The Iran deal funded Operation Merlin. The Iran deal resulted in funding of terrorist cells. The payoffs of Operation Merlin were North Korea's miniaturization of nuclear warheads, North Korea's ICBM program, creation of a war engine, protection of North Korea through nuclear threat, and perhaps protection of the black hats through the threats that Iran and North Korea represent. Yeah, like I think that North Korea is just being controlled by, it's just a CIA psyop, and these people are all completely brainwashed, and this is their go-to. This is when they have nowhere to turn, they'll launch something from North Korea. So speaking of North Korea, And yesterday, with all the talk of humans used as crops and clones and all this kind of stuff, I saw this on ABC News. North Korean cheerleaders, campy and a little creepy too. Look at these people. They all look the same, no? That is freaky. Look at this girl right here. Her. What? This is just crazy. See them steal the show like they did in the unified Korean hockey game Saturday night, and it's easy to understand why they outnumber North Korean athletes 10-1 at these games. North Korean supporters cheered during the preliminary round of the women's hockey game between Switzerland and the combined Koreas at the 2018 Winter Olympic Games. You tell me these aren't clones. Freaky, huh? Yeah, I just wanted to show you that. And I wanted to get into, let's see, we did this one, so good with that. Let's get into these pictures real quick, right? Let's do this. Actually, let's get into this Q. Somebody decoded this Q post too. This is we'll go into Ruth Ginsburg real quick. So Q749 and 750 explanations. Ruth Bader Ginsburg took a trip to Vietnam in August of 2015 and met with Nguyen Thanh Dung. He was prime minister at the time, 2006 to 2016. The picture in post of number 749 is this meeting. Q then mentions image drop, original post, and united. Q is saying that when, that's how it is. When Thanh Dung was the HVA picked up a few days at King Tower. What? In Shanghai, and was on the United Airlines flight that went from Shanghai Pudong Airport to Joint Andrews Air Force Base and straight to Gitmo, and now Dung is singing in regards to Ginsburg's dirty business. What? So the Prime Minister, I believe, of Vietnam was picked up at King Tower and then taken to, what they're saying, to Gitmo. That's pretty intense. So let's get into this lady, right? Lady. Let's look her up real quick. I think I looked her up on the last podcast. But let's, who is Ruth Ginsburg? This lady is a real bad person, let me tell you. And I'm going to show you why. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is an associate justice of the Supreme Court. Okay, and was appointed by President Bill Clinton in 1993. And this is her face. She looks like such a nice woman. Good Lord. So, okay, so she's a part of the Supreme Court. So anyways, this is Ruth Bader Ginsburg's writings show her to be a radical doctrine feminist, far out of the mainstream. So this is a testimony to Ruth Bader Ginsburg in 1993. Okay, so I'm just going to read the bullet points, and you tell me what this sounds like from 1993 to 2018 and what we're seeing with all these SJWs and the Antifa and all this stuff. I know Antifa is paid for, but a lot of people do get into it. They're not all paid. So let's check this. So this is some key things she was talking about. Let's see. Sex bias in the U.S. Code. Women must be drafted when men are drafted. Women must be assigned to military combat duty. Affirmative action must be applied for women in armed services. The age of consent for sexual acts must be lowered to 12 years old. Bigamists must have special privileges that other felons don't have. This section restricts certain rights, including the right to vote or hold office of bigamists, persons cohabiting with more than one woman, and women cohabiting with a bigist apart from the male-female differentials. The provision is of questionable constitutionality since it appears to encroach imperceptibly upon private relationships. All right. Number 3, prostitution must be legalized. It is not sufficient to change the law to sexual neutral language. Does this sound familiar? Does this sound like now? This is all the way back in 1993. She says retaining prostitution business as a crime in a criminal code is open to debate. Here we go. The Mann Act must be repealed. Women should not be protected from bad men. What? Oh my God. The Mann Act prohibits the transportation of women and girls for prostitution, debauchery, or other immoral purpose. The act poses the invasion of privacy issue in an acute form. The Mann Act also is offensive because of the image of women it perpetuates. It was meant to protect from the villainous interstate and international traffic in women and girls. Those women and girls who, if given a fair chance, would in all human possibility have been good wives and other useful citizens. The act was meant to protect weak women from bad men. I get it. Okay. Yeah. Prisons and reformities must be sex integrated. If the grand design of such institution is to prepare inmates for the return of the community as persons equipped to benefit from and contribute to civil society, then perpetuation of a single-sex institution should be rejected. In the merchant marine, provisions for passenger accommodations must be sex neutralized, and women may not have more bathrooms than men. This is so weird. Single-sex schools and colleges and single-sex schools and college activities must be sex integrated. All boys and all girl organizations must be sex integrated because separation but equal organizations perpetuate stereotype sex roles. Fraternities and sororities must be sex integrated. The Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, and other congressionally chartered youth organizations must change their names and their purposes and become sex integrated. The 4-H Boys and Girls Clubs must be sex integrated. The traditional family concept of husband and breadwinner and wife as homemaker must be eliminated. The federal government must provide comprehensive government child care. The right to determine the family resident must be taken away from the husband. How weird is this? She's like the first social justice warrior or something. 1993. Oh, of course she was appointed by Bill Clinton too. How weird is that? What a weird lady. She's trouble. I heard somebody say like they looked up her net worth and it was like multi-millions. and she's like a Supreme Court judge. Yeah, they make a lot of money, like doctor money, but or senator money, but she shouldn't be worth like 100 million, right? Doesn't add up. So let's go to what's this? Let me see. Okay, so we just did, yeah. So basically this guy took the rap for her because of her crap that she did when the prime minister of, I guess, Vietnam. Wow. So anyways, let's get into these portraits real quick. I don't know if you saw these, but this is President Obama's, former President Obama, his portrait that's put up in the White House. The same portrait who painted Obama's portrait above also painted these other two works of art. Notice what the women in the paintings are holding. So we can zoom in for you, and there you go. She's holding a white woman's head, a decapitated head. Down here, same thing. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Also, very strange. I saw this. This ties into like some Pizzagate stuff, right? So, says D-grade artist Kehan Wiley painted a sperm on the head of Barack Obama in his portrait. Right here. Look at this. You can see the outline. It's like a vein in his head, but it's just like that. I can't zoom anymore, but it's right here. And this is in the fabric. Look at that. So weird. I mean, this stuff all ties in. And then I saw some crazy stuff like these pictures that where's this could be the same artist. I tried to find this, but I couldn't. But if you look up Podesta art, you know, and then this comes up. I can't find who made this. But yeah, a little strange. I don't know if it's the same guy, but yeah, pretty weird. Pretty weird stuff. Did I want to touch on anything else? I don't think so. I wanted to show you this though. I mean, these guys on the subreddit are incredible. Right here. I want to show you guys this. This is funny. I'm gonna leave this. Whoever made that is a genius. Watch it one more time. Very cool. So anyways, cheers to you patriots out there, to you Anons out there. Pray for our country, pray for our president, pray for more Q drops, pray for the safety of our fellow Americans and our global allies. And let's pray that these people really do get to Gitmo and they pay the price. So anyways, if you like what you watched, please subscribe. And I'll probably check in with you guys tomorrow or the following day, depending on how many things come out from Q, how many posts are dropped. So I'll talk to you guys next time. All right. Bye.